morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to look at a really quite exciting new item card that is, it's not entirely just for Psychic Pokemon, but it's basically just for Psychic Pokemon. It has been revealed on the official Japanese website. It has been translated by the lovely Antoine Boulet, one of our very favourites here, one of our go-to translators, one of our favourite people in the community, quite frankly. And it's called Suspicious Can. And as long as you're able to discard a Psychic Energy from the Pokemon, you can heal 80 damage from the Pokemon. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. You heal 80 damage from one of your Pokemon with Psychic Energy attached, and then you discard a Psychic Energy from that Pokemon. Obviously, you need to be able to have the Psychic Energy on there. You are not allowed to go, oh, there's no Psychic Energy on there, guess I'll just heal 80. And Pokemon have been a bit more specific about this lately. So the way they've worded is to avoid it being abused reminds me very much of Hyper Potion. Hyper Potion lets you discard 2 energy and heal 120, but it's worded very specifically, if you healed any damage in this way, discard 2 energy from it. But it says, from one of your Pokemon that has at least 2 energy attached to it. So you can heal the 120, but only if you discard the energy. In theory, you could use Hyper Potion and Suspicious Can together to heal 200 damage, but if you're going to do that, then you need to make sure that you got free energy on there to begin with. And this is nice. This is good healing. I mean, this reminds me, the comparison I like to make is Gold Potion. Gold Potion was a fairly ridiculous healing card. It just let you heal 90 damage with no downsides. Except it was an A-Spec trainer card and you were only allowed to put 1 A-Spec trainer card in your deck. So although playing the card had no downsides, putting it in your deck meant you couldn't have a computer search or a dowsing machine, or if you were feeling lucky, a scramble switch. And it was, yeah. I had a good friend who won a tournament with this, and when I asked him why he played this over computer search, he said, my friends used a computer search and we only had one between us, so I got stuck with Gold Potion. Oh, cool. Gold Potion was a good card that healed 90, this heals 80. And if you look at the other cards we've got that provide healing at the moment, 80 discarding 1 energy is good. I've told you Hyper Potion discarding 2 energy heal 120, but that's essentially 60 healed per energy discarded. This is 80 healed per energy discarded, so clearly it works out better proportionately. We can go Mallow and Lana. Now, Mallow and Lana can also heal 120 damage, but the thing about Mallow and Lana is you switch to the bench, then it heals the Pokemon you switched, but only if you discarded 2 other cards from your hand, and it's your supporter for the turn. Not to say it's not good, but it's not without downsides. We could look at Mixed Herbs, that lets you heal 90 damage and all special conditions. Sounds much better, and it is, as long as you play 2 of them at the same time. If you only play 1, you remove 1 special condition, and it's not out and out garbage, but it is, shall we say, a significantly less good option. And then honestly, after that, we're just into not good enough. I mean, we could look at stuff like, Potion got a reprint in Sword and Shield, that just lets you heal 30. Great Potion lets you heal 50, but only from a Pokemon GX. So, viable, don't get me wrong, but not one you're going to be able to use too much. Last Chance Potion actually does heal 120, which sounds amazing, but it only works if it's a Pokemon with 30 HP or less remaining. That ain't so good, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't so good. So you know what? I like this. As far as it goes, this is good healing. Now, you have got to discard a Psychic Energy attached to this. In the short term, we've got Malamar. But it is only a short-term thing. You see, this is coming out in Explosive Walker. And Explosive Walker is Sun and Moon 2A, which means it's going to be in our Sun and Moon free set, which is going to be our August set. Our August set is going to be coming out the first Friday of the month, which is the 7th of August, and it will be legal for tournament play on the 21st of August. We are expecting a rotation to team up on the 1st of September, though to be 100% clear, that has not been confirmed. I did do a video about it, I'll try and remember to link it in the description, and there is a chance that with the remainder of the season being cancelled, they do hold off the rotation. I don't think it's going to happen, but a bunch of people are saying it should happen, so you never know. It could happen, I suppose. The point is, with Malamar, this is amazing. Malamar accelerates psychic energy from the discard, and then you play this, discard an energy, heal 80. Oh no, now I've got to accelerate the energy from my discard using Malamar, which I was going to do anyway. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So in a psychic deck playing Malamar, this is a phenomenal option. But I believe that about 10 days after this is legal for tournament play, we are going to see Malamar rotating, so you will have that tiny window. Might I suggest playing it in a tournament before then? But then when that window closes, which will be quick, you're then going to be in a fairly awkward position, and that's going to be hard to come back from. Because otherwise you're not accelerating energy. And okay, I suppose you can just go manual attachments, but then you're getting awkward. You can go Naganadel, but remember Naganadel accelerates energy to itself, and there's ways around it, but it's still not terribly easy. One thing that must be remembered here, it says discard a psychic energy, and it says one of your Pokemon with psychic energy attached. Doesn't have to be basic. So if you've got a rainbow energy attached to your Pokemon, or you've got yourself an Aurora energy attached to one of your Pokemon, then you are absolutely able to use this, discarding that special energy and healing the 80. Maybe getting rid of that special energy isn't worth healing the 80. I'll leave that one up to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. But it is an option, is my point. That is what you can do. So you can use this to heal anyone. In the same way we could use this kind of energy to give anyone free retreat with Fairy Garden, you can use this to give anyone the ability to heal up. And actually, probably a better parallel was Fairy Drop that let you heal 50 from any Pokemon with Fairy Energy attached to it, which was 30 less, but you didn't have to discard the energy, so once again, I'll let you decide if it's worth it. And the answer really is it's going to depend on the deck. This is a card that needs Malamar, let's be clear about that. In a format with Malamar, this is essentially just heal 80, and I showed you with all the cards we looked at a moment ago, just healing 80 is phenomenal. The issue becomes when we don't have Malamar and we need better ways of accelerating energy, preferably from the discard pile. If you're playing a Naganadel focused deck, then again this becomes amazing. And there are some Pokemon that are going to use this better than others. Earlier today I showed you Gardevoir V and Gardevoir V Max. Gardevoir V's got an attack for free energy that does 120 base, but 200 if you healed this turn. This does healing. And Gardevoir V Max has an attack for free energy that does 180 and heals 50. So now you combine it with this, and Mallow and Lana, and maybe Indeedee V, and all of a sudden you're healing a huge amount. I mean, let's say for argument's sake, you've got an Indeedee V on the bench, just one. You play this, heal 80. Use Indeedee, heal 20, switch to the bench with Mallow and Lana, that's 220 damage healed in one turn. And no, I don't think an item card, a supporter card, and a benched basic Pokemon is some ridiculous combo you're never going to be able to pull off. This is going to legitimately lead you to be healing hundreds of damage a turn. It heals 80 by itself, but firstly, it's an item card you can play multiple. If you play all four in one go, that's 320 damage healed. And then it combines with a whole bunch of other stuff, like Indeedee, like Mallow and Lana. And it really does get pretty gosh darned ridiculous. I adore this card. I just look at it and go, why do we have to get this as Malamar is going out? And again, let's be just one more time, we do not know that Malamar is rotating. I feel confident that Malamar will be rotating. However, we don't know that. There has been no official announcement. I'm predicting a team up on rotation on September the 1st, and I've gone through my work and I'll show you that video. It's in the description. However, there is no guarantee that it is happening. I think we've been nice and clear about that. Either way, it's still good healing. It's still good in any psychic deck. If you can accelerate psychic energy, it's amazing. And there are certain Pokemon like Gardevoir that can use this beautifully. And healing's always been pretty powerful. So, I don't know, let's give it 4 Wossies. And I feel like that's slightly generous, maybe 3.75 Wossies, but then we're just getting silly. So I'm giving it 4 Wossies. I think it's a good card. I think it's good healing. And I expected to see a bunch of play in a bunch of good decks. But I'm excited to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, or you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassiePlays, where you can find out about a whole bunch of games that don't have Pokemon in, but are pretty gosh darned awesome nonetheless. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.